they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Raiders 28, Seahawks nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete. Tanner Muse on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught by Cole. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they would bring it up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf. As time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. He's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Mariota, quick hitch, complete. It's Logan. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield.
At the 50-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. This is Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try to get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Graham.
Wilson.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Jimmy Graham.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 33-yard line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tanner Muse with him.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Following the interception here, Mariota looking for his running back, and he's got it. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, and he will score. touchdown, Las Vegas. Marcus Mariota with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly because they're not...
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
A gain of 50 yards.
Quarterbacks have so many options when they have a 4 vertical route because they can hit any one of those 4 at any time, often for a big gain. But to me, the key is don't lock in on any one of them. It's best for him to look in one direction and throw in another.
Now this window is running back out of the backfield. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson will drop this one down to Cohen. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Seattle.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This is caught. And he's brought down. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run with Carson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of
more muscle up front for this 2nd. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score Raiders 35, Seahawks 14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. All the way down to the 26. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon. At this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball in offense without timeouts.
And take it into the end zone for the Raider touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Raiders 42, Seahawks 14. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Seahawks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And Graham's got it. And they'll bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. On first down, Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And Jeffrey's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
So this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Flush to his right. Incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mariota. Coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the interception, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. Now the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided? He's got a man, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
First down, Seahawks.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson, and he completes it to Cohen. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Score, Raiders 49.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up